This is 101.5 Radio Plus. A short film was produced recently by a Coventry University graduate who's been wowing audiences at film festivals in both the US and the UK. So Dale Driver's film Citizen focuses on John and Isaac, two astronauts returning to Earth from a deep space mission when their oxygen supply suddenly depletes. With a dwindling oxygen supply that won't allow both of them to survive, the journey Citizen explores the breakdown of John's and Isaac's friendship. So last week, Kyle Knappett sat down with Dale Driver, the director of Citizen, to talk about the film as its success. So what inspired Dale to make this film?
Well, when I spoke to Dale, he talked about how he's always been a big sci-fi fan, and so films like Star Wars, Star Trek, Aliens and stuff were major inspirations for him, and that was the kind of feeling that he wanted to do himself pretty much through all sorts of short films. So he explains more in the clip from the interview that I did with him.
When I started writing it, all I knew was I wanted to make a science fiction film. And Aliens is my favourite film of all time, not necessarily because it's the best film, it's just a film that resonates with me and I watch the most. And I knew I wanted to make a sci-fi film, and I knew I wanted it to look like Aliens, not be like Aliens, but just look like it. I wanted the dirty aesthetic. I wanted the old sort of factory-esque sort of truckers in space sort of vibe. I didn't really want anything as far away from Star Trek as possible, basically. The kind of claustrophobia thing and confinement just came from the back of that a lot, because I realised I had to build a small set. So I thought, well, what can I play with this? Now, although you say things like Moon and films like that, they were a great inspiration. But however, the biggest inspiration was a Louis Theroux documentary about a prison, really, which was because I'd wrote a script and I wasn't happy with it. And I was showing it around to a couple of people and they were like, it's kind of been done before. It was kind of guy on his own in space, going insane sort of thing. It's been done to death, really. I wasn't happy with it. And then I was just watching this documentary one day, and it was about, they have this Miami mega prison where it's overpopulated. And they have rooms where these tiny little rooms, and they have 10 inmates or so in there. And when they get in, they've got these like rules where they have to fight to prove themselves and stuff. And they all live on top of each other all the time. And I just thought it was fascinating how like people act in these closed environments, like they're thrown in together and then they just react in bizarre ways. And then it kind of just sort of snowballed from there, really. I had that idea and I thought, okay, what if it was related to, because I'm a firm believer in every story is usually a relationship between two people is the main story arc. It's about what happens between them two, their relationship. So I knew I wanted to do two people in a confined environment, and I knew I wanted to see how they react in like prison-esque situation. And then it just all snowballed from there, really. And then I'd get inspirations from other things.
So how much of a success has the film Citizen been?
Well, Dale made it as part of his final year project at Coventry University, but it's been, it was a runner-up at the ITSA Film Festival in California. It was part of the official selection for the Cannes Short Film Festival. It's been at festivals all across the US, the UK, even at the Braunschweig International Film Festival in Germany. So it's been all over the world.
It's weird, because I entered it for all these film festivals, but you don't expect anything. You just think, you throw enough expletive at the wall and then some of it will stick, but it kind of a lot of it stuck, and it was a bit weird. And then I remember there was one day actually because it's through this service where you festival set up and you submit for them, and one day I got 4 notifications of 4 different festivals, and I was like, I couldn't even process it all at once. I was like, how am I going to promote all this? So I had to spread out the promotion of it. Like a few times I was very close to like wanting to, right, that's it, I'm just going to go to America with it, and just like financially I just couldn't. I had to be sensible with that. But oh man, it's overwhelming. Now I tell you what, I got bored of putting laurels on that poster as well. Like every time they'd get in a new festival, I have to put laurels on again now. I have to put laurels. That's a first world problem there.
So what does Dale think of its success then altogether?
Well, when I was talking to him, he was saying that he's kind of been blown away by it. Audiences seem to love it. He's been getting messages from people he hasn't talked to for years saying that they love the film and stuff like that.
And it seemed to always go down like excellently, like in fact too good. I was kind of looking for like, well, surely there must be somebody who didn't enjoy it. But no, I think people look for it at different eyes when it's a short film as well, because they understand the limitations of when it comes to budget and things like that. And I think to create something that I've created for the level of money and the level of like independent, I think people kind of look for it with maybe rose-tinted glass slightly. And I've been overwhelmed with how people have been responding, and mostly because to the story ideas as well, because that's what I mean. Anybody can work out how to use cameras and things like that, but it's about telling the story, which is the most important part, and people seem to really enjoy that. So yeah.
So what do you think the future has in store for Dale?
Well, Dale is part of like his own production company that he works with a few other people that he met here at the university. He told me that his next project is another sci-fi drama that's currently under the title Goldfish.
I kind of want to take a fresh approach to this one because I'm getting a bit, maybe it's my age, but I'm getting a bit bitter and jaded about all the people saying they're going to make a film and then the first thing they do is set up a Facebook page. It's grinding my gears a little bit, so I thought maybe instead of going the whole promotion tactics, I'm trying a different tactic with this, and I want to shoot it and make it, and then one day just say, here it is, and see how people react. They might just not react at all, I might get nothing from it, but I'm not making this film to make money, so like I didn't make Citizen to make money. I'm making it for the joy of making films, for me wanting to tell a story, and almost like an investment in myself and my company. So it's like saying, oh, this is what I can do. Can you give me opportunities in the future? So yeah, that's the idea for the working title is Goldfish, by the way, I'll just tell you that. But the script is almost ready. Well, it's pretty much ready. I've just got to change a few things in it. And we're already looking at locations and trying to source funding for it. So, but without a doubt, it's definitely shooting in February. It's another short as well. Like I'm not looking to go into, I don't think I'm ready to go into features yet. I think that's too much of a step. And also I feel like you can tell great stories in a short, and it's easier for people to watch a short, as I say.
So, Kyle, what did you think of the film yourself?
I personally loved it. I love sci-fi films, and I love the sort of psychological aspect it had to it as well. I personally thought it was amazing that, like, for the small budget that he had, he could have produced something that's such high quality. So yeah, I think it was really good. And if other people want to watch it, they can go to citizenfilm.co.uk or go on the Blue Ridge Films website, which is Dale's production company's name, Blue Ridge Films.
So Blue Ridge Films or citizenfilm.co.uk. Dale Driver, who is a graduate from Coventry University and has done really well.
Yeah.
So thanks very much, Kyle.